Hi friends, it's time for our week ahead tarot reading for the week of July 28th to August 3rd. It's already going to be August, which is crazy. Okay, so this week the main things as far as transits, and I really just focus on what's like moving into a new sign, right? But the main thing is on the 30th, July 30th. Venus will be transiting into Cancer, and then Chiron will be joining many other planets that are retrograding. Chiron will be retrograding in Aries. We don't talk about Chiron very frequently. It doesn't transit that often. It has been in Aries. Chiron's the wounded healer. So it's going to be retrograding in Aries, where Saturn is already retrograding and Neptune is already retrograding. We know Pluto's been retrograding for a while. Mercury's still in retrograde. So, you can refer to the past weeks where I talked about Mercury retrograde and everything like that. But one thing that I do feel like with Chiron retrograding in Aries and it being the wounded healer is kind of to help you really face realities about the wounds that you have been carrying with you. And you can also especially look at like where Aries is in your birth chart. And think about what are some wounds that you've been carrying with you, and Saturn and Neptune are trying to get you to face those so that you don't keep on bringing these same things and repeating the same things and same patterns over and over and over. And this is going to be a good opportunity for you to change, like a final chance essentially to like change what you're doing so that you can have a brighter future ahead. Okay, and you can do this with some love and compassion for yourself and really like deeply care for yourself with Venus going into Cancer. So I actually feel like this is very harmonious energy for personal growth. Okay, so let's see what you need to know though for this week ahead, July 28th to August 3rd. Thank you, Spirit. What does this collective need to know for the week ahead, July 28th to August 3rd? 10 of Cups coming out. This could be a really good week, friends. I know we have all these retrogrades and a lot of times that makes us think that things are not good, but actually things can be very, very positive. And I do feel like it's also setting the stage for you to be able to have what you want in the future, attracting in the type of love, family, abundance, home life, everything, all the joy and happiness that you want. Like, it's very, very possible, especially I feel like the work that you're doing on yourself this week, it can really help to set the stage for that. And it is a lot about inner work. Okay, so this isn't necessarily about, like literally doing like actual work, but the inner work is intense work, right? So like you really do this like more inner work and be compassionate with yourself, and you are attracting in abundance and radiance and joy and bliss and in all areas of your life. Thank you, Spirit. What else does this collective need to know for this week? 7 of Stars coming out in reverse. I was just talking about planting seeds. So again, it's like, are you planting the seeds that you actually want to plant to grow into this? Or not. Make sure that you're not planting into the wrong ground. That's not going to work. Okay, so don't go backwards. This same energy that we've been getting. Make sure that it's things that you want for your long term. Long term. I see the Temperance card coming out here. Patience, internal. What do you truly desire? I think a lot of times when we think about what we truly desire, if you're really being honest with yourself, it's not necessarily that specific person. It's a wholesome relationship. It's not that specific job. It's something that allows us to feel fulfilled and also provides us security. It's not that amount of money. It's feeling financially stable and free. It's not living in that specific place. It's feeling like you have home, right? So like come to those feelings: home, security, stability, connection, love, peace. Those are the things that you truly desire. That's what your soul really wants. And I think that's what you need to be looking at. That's going to give you the answers this week, that inner reflection. You might have pinned those things or attached those things to specific people, tangible things, like maybe specific people, it's not necessarily tangible, but like things that you see in the 3D that make it seem a little bit more tangible than the concept of joy or the concept of love or the concept of connection, a specific person, a specific relationship, a specific job, a specific house. But none of those things is actually what you truly desire. I hope that makes sense. I think that's really going to help you with clearing out some of the things from the past that you've poured into so much and finally releasing those things. Thank you, Spirit. What else for this week ahead? that seems to be, first of all, like the most important message for the week ahead, but let's just see if there's anything else that you need. As you are reflecting and doing this inner work, there are going to be some battles, I think, of having to like fight your mind on some of these things, and you can do it. There's going to be some times of a little bit of like some mental health, maybe things coming up. This could also be the wounds coming forward, especially when Chiron flips to be retrograde, with the 9 of Crystals and the Page of Wands coming out. Don't let your fears or doubts or worries and anxieties about the potential make you settle for something now. I talk about with one of my besties who I'm sure is going to watch this, about how we can't give in to like the short-term gratification and then sacrificing what we want long-term. So instead it's like short-term sacrifices for long-term satisfaction and gains. That's the perspective. So that's what I'm getting. That's the message for this week. I hope that gives you the spiritual guidance you were looking for. And if you're ever looking for more personal spiritual guidance, you can always book a personal tarot reading with me at stan.store/IntuitivelyBeth. But have a great week.